Hi, this is Katie and my channel is View from the Middle. I wanted to go over some of the more recent statistics that I'm hearing about and some of the focal points that were on the news this morning. And one of them was the $925 billion in debt that we're currently in. Now, something I wanted to specify, when you look at that numbers and everything that you're seeing on the news, that isn't today's debt number. That is the debt numbers for the most recent reports, which were for Q3 of 2022. So just keep that in perspective, because from Q1 of 2022 to Q3, which is the current rates that they're showing us, we went up $38 billion in consumer credit card debt. So that to me is kind of interesting, because I was hearing the numbers and I'm thinking that's where we're at today. So imagine basically when the numbers do come out for where we're sitting today, I would anticipate that that's going to be significantly higher again. 53% of Americans are carrying debt month over month. 2.8% of our delinquent on their credit cards, which they're saying that's actually not that bad. It has climbed up a little bit, but it's not anywhere near what it was during the Great Recession, which was at a 7%. Average credit card rates are sitting at a 23.39, which to me still sounds actually pretty good considering some of the rates I had seen on my credit card before I had accepted some zero balance transfers to not have to pay interest on those. I was also kind of curious because I think there's a lot of these numbers and stuff that we see doesn't put in perspective, because there's a huge portion of the American consumer that actually can't even qualify for credit card debts. I know, credit cards, which I know for me personally, there was no way someone was giving me a credit card 6 years ago. I mean, I was living paycheck to paycheck, pulling change out of my little console and stuff like that. It was tight times and no one was giving me credit. So I was wondering how many of us actually have credit cards. 79% of Americans have credit cards, which leaves 21% that do not. Now, the wealthy, they have credit cards, they just use them very differently than we do. So 21% of Americans don't even probably qualify for credit cards, because that's how tight and how badly they are, that their credit scores are in the trash. They probably don't even care because they're just trying to feed themselves. So that's another number I feel like that we need to talk about. So many of these numbers that we're seeing on the news and just different things, and how, the soft landing, and I already talked a little bit about this, where they're like, oh, we're gonna, there's a potential. These numbers are not the reality of what is actually going on. There's a lot of numbers that they don't report on. And just something that I think about, because I know, I don't even know that I hit a lot of these reports because 5 or 6 years ago, because I was just so financially strapped. And I think that there's a lot more Americans like that today.